I am working as an independent director with Garware Hi-Tech Films Ltd, which is a listed company. I wouldn't say that I'm a workaholic, but I work with passion. I restrict myself for normal hours means for working, and I spend good time with my family also. I do a lot of research also. My book is getting published. I did my graduation in 1986. 1991 I completed my CS.
So your first job was in
1993. I moved in 1994 to CRB Capital Markets Limited, and from 1997 I switched to Forbes Gokak Limited. In 2015 I resigned and started my own company. Last 8 years I'm running my own company, Manoyog GRC Advisors. If I have to become an independent director, I would love to accept a challenging roles in terms of manufacturing companies, pharma companies, or banking companies, sectors which are very heavy compliance duty required. Networking is most important. Maximum people are coming up with please advise us or please keep us in mind. Unless you contribute, there is no point in remaining or becoming an independent director, I feel. 70% is your knowledge, 30% is your management kind of things. That makes a difference. I am working as an independent director with Garware Hi-Tech Films Ltd, which is a listed company, and two other companies where I am an independent director. One is coming up with, means they are planning to come up with a public issue IPO, and another company is export based. So they are also planning to, means not in near future, but over the period, because it's a time frame which they have to comply with all the requirements so that they can provide that kind of a facility where they can get listed. So we are advising them on that. So we, as a professional, I am doing a consultancy for top 1,000 listed companies and those companies which are about to come with IPO or those who are about to get listed kind of thing. So all those companies which are coming in that sphere where they have to literally file all means preserve all their records in a proper way, they have to perform in a proper way so that they becomes sustainable kind of thing. They do all the ESG reporting perfectly. So we advise them. Manoyog GRC Advisors Pvt Ltd is my company where myself and my wife are director, and we have 8 other associates. So of that, 5 are company secretaries, 2 chartered accountants and 1 advocate, means LLB. Now after COVID, we have started working from home. Otherwise, we had an office in Fort, 320 square feet, where we used to work. So there also we used to work on a server only. After coming to office also server. So after COVID, it gave us an opportunity to not to go to office and work from home. So everybody is working on the server. Server is here only. So that's fine with us.
How much time do you spend in this office?
Generally 4.5 hours mainly.
Daily?
Almost.
So are you a very workaholic kind of person?
I wouldn't say that I'm a workaholic, but I work with passion. So it may be termed as a workaholic, but I don't work for stretch hours.
Okay.
I restrict myself for normal hours means for working, and I spend good time with my family also. During the work also I spend good time in understanding new things and all that. So I do a lot of research also because I write so many things. My book is getting published in month of November end or December. So I'm compiling that and working on that. So I do a lot of research. So there are various roles and responsibilities. I want to start with, you have to be not to be a watchdog, but then you have to be a companion of the other directors, especially the managing directors, those who are promoter directors. So you have to be companion to them, not as a watchdog. So then you will be in a better position to perform your role, because unless they trust you as a companion or as a buddy, they will not divulge with much of the information or they will not seek your advice. So you have to give them that kind of a space where you become a buddy with them, and then things are very easy for you, for them also. So I did my graduation in 1986, and thereafter I joined LLB and company secretary course. So both subjects were quite overlapping. So I started with company secretary and LLB both together. I became 1990. I became advocate, means I completed all 3 years. 1991 I completed my CS. So that is how it was all started. And thereafter I got a job. At that time, 1992, the Institute of Company Secretary, means Company Secretary Act was there, which made it mandatory for about 25 lakhs. Company secretary is compulsory kind of things. So that is how we sailed through the entire things, and it was easy going there.
So your first job was in 1992?
No, 1993. 1991, I pass out, but I was with bank at that time. And after graduation, I joined a bank. Rather, before graduation, I joined bank. I was with State Bank of India.
Okay.
And remaining there, I started all my studies. So I completed in 1991. 1992, I left the job and took up a assistant company secretary in Simplex Castings Limited, which was coming up with a public issue at that time. See, basically, I was, as I said, with bank, so I had more inclination towards bank and merchant banking kind of things, and not pure compliances. So, after working as an assistant company secretary in Simplex Castings Limited, I moved in 1994 to CRB Capital Markets Limited, which was the then number one in private sector. So, that company, I remained there up to 1997. And from 1997, I switched to Forbes Gokak Limited, which was a Tata Group company. And there, from 1997 to 2015, I was with Tata Group companies for 18 years. In 2015, I resigned and started my own company, Manoyog GRC Advisors. So, like last 8 years, we are with Manoyog. I'm running my own company, Manoyog GRC Advisors, and we are doing consultancy purely. I'm not doing any secretarial consultancy. So, I don't have COP. I have not taken COP, so I don't do regular written filing and form filing and all, minutes writing, that I don't do. And we have an entire team which is only focusing on GRC, that is governance, risk and compliance. And now it is ESG. In 2023, I came across one Mr. Satish Bhattu, who is in SkillArbitrage, LOSICO. He is taking lectures. He is my good friend and senior company secretary. We knew each other for, I think, donkey years. So I just happened to speak to him and he said, why don't you try once? Join Darlo. So I paid fees and joined the things in LOSICO and for independent directors course. There the benefit was more towards other peripheral things also. Apart from the company secretary, means becoming an independent director course, they were teaching very peripheral things also. So like personal branding, how you manage your LinkedIn profile, how you portray yourself, how you write articles, or in which kind of magazines or newspapers you should write. So that kind of things were there. So it was not that I was not knowing what independent director as a company secretary of Tata Group, and otherwise also I was a director in 5 other companies of Tata Group companies, Forbes Group companies. So I was knowing about the roles and responsibilities of directors, independent directors. But this gave us a finish. LOSICO or SkillArbitrage gave us a finish. Personal branding made me to write my LinkedIn profile in a new way, which helped me a lot. So your visibility increases. I started writing articles for magazine like Institute of Company Secretaries, which is a very well established and gets circulated to 50,000 company secretaries. So that kind of thing started. It was not that I was not knowing the nuances of the independent directors or their roles and responsibilities, but the kind of finish they could give me means, see, certain things you make of your mind, okay, I am aware of it, but being aware and knowing something, putting it in practice makes difference. So through LOSICO, I get to know so many things which I was on the back of my mind, I was aware of it, but that I had not put it in use, or I would say not put it in the right kind of a round peg in a square hole kind of thing was happening. So that because of that, I came to know, okay, this can be used here or this way. So that finish they gave me.
What are your future goals now? What are you planning?
Not much in terms of practice, because I'm not in a mood to increase my practice. Whatever I have, I'm just complying with that requirements. That's all. Otherwise, I don't want to increase, because I have grown up now and with all. So my subordinates and all, they are also, their hands are full. So we don't accept any new assignments. That is on a professional side. If I have to become an independent director, I would love to accept a challenging roles in terms of manufacturing companies, pharma companies, or banking companies. See, banking is a sector which is upcoming and which is very fast moving, and there the compliance requirements are terrible. And I would love to get involved in such kind of companies where the compliance requirements are very heavy on part of. So pharma is also one sector, and this is also one sector, finance, which is one sector. I would have said mines also, but then mines, for that I have to go to Bihar, Orissa, and which I am not very much keen. So I don't want to say that, because otherwise coals and mines are also sectors which are very heavy compliance duty requirements.
Right.
So that is how it works. Networking is most important, and networking among your own community of other independent directors or aspiring independent directors is also very critical. So LOSICO gave us not only the personal branding, but how you need to communicate with your fellow members so that he has a, see, for example, if I am a director, independent director in Garware, and if there is any vacancy for another director, then if I have in my community somebody with whom I am gelling with, or who is gelling with the requirement at my Garware or my any NAZO or NIVA, then it will be very easy or conducive for me to appoint him or suggest him. So that is why community interaction is important.
Yes.
It plays a great role.
So people come for advice a lot on LinkedIn now?
So many. They want to see how you became, especially how you become an independent director, how you got an independent directorship, or what one should do to get the independent directorship kind of thing. So for that, maximum people are coming up with, please advise us or please keep us in mind. So nowadays, your cyber securities and your technology is so fast and evolving that youngsters only will be in a better position to understand and give their feedbacks. But experienced people, they may not have that kind of a wherewithal about the technology and the cyber security kind of things. So in that sphere, naturally we need somebody young and dynamic who understands, who can contribute positively, who can take care of that sphere. So I would not say only after later part of the career you should. Simultaneously also you can run through this. See, when you churn your information and knowledge, then only you become updated. Otherwise you will be outdated. And it is very easy to get outdated. Unless you read 2 newspapers daily, Times of India, Economic Times, Indian Express, Financial Express, you will be out of the business. So you don't know what is happening. So unless you contribute, there is no point in remaining or becoming an independent director, I feel. You should be contributing. You should work hard in your own profession, and which will speak for yourself. So I do take so many lectures in Institute of Company Secretary, Institute of Directors, and everywhere. So I generally get to know people or do my networking through that. See, it's a kind of an independent director you don't get just by advertisement or by publicity on LinkedIn or something. Your ideas or your thought processes should align with the thought processes of the management with whom you would like to work with, or they would like to work with you. Your mental wavelength should match with their mental wavelength, and that makes all the difference, because that is where the crux of the things lies. Your knowledge, everything is considered. Yes, you should have that knowledge, domain knowledge of the requirements of the industry in which you want to work or the company for which you want to work. But more than that, the main management is also very critical. So I would say 70% is your knowledge, 30% is your main management kind of things. So you should be in a position to gel with them, your temperament, your outlook, your adaptiveness to the technology or the latest things. That makes a difference.